How's it going, my friends? Today I would like to make a point about some detailing basics. What you're looking at here is a minute or two worth of detailing basics that were overlooked. And it's why I try to pass on to you guys every time I do a how-to, not to use too much product, one or two or three at most pea-sized drops of the product on your pad after it's fully primed, of course, is sufficient. And cleaning off your pads in between every pass, in between every step with compressed air, if you have it. If you don't have forced air, get yourself a dedicated brush and clean off your pads. And another thing, the masking tape. I mask, even if I don't have to correct anything near an edge or a crack or a crease, I'll still use masking tape to sort of make myself some guidelines when I'm correcting. So get in the habit of using masking tape. A lot of the guys that got into detailing, the era that I did quite some time ago, I have to admit, it was from a spin-off from working at a body shop. When you start at a body shop, you're washing cars, you're cleaning up after repairs, you're doing some masking tape. But I have to tell you, you did not have a job if you did not learn how to wet sand. Wet sand and learn how to use the rotary. Those two, back in the day, were basic. They were basic tools and skills you needed to have a job. And now it seems like they're put in the advanced category, and I have no idea how things got turned about like that. But I'm getting ahead of myself. If you have been paying attention to the last minute and a half, 2 minutes, this is an example of what happens when you use way too much product. You are not cleaning off your pads at all, and you're not masking. Simple and basic stuff. Residue control, guys, is crucial to being a professional and getting professional results. This here, as you can imagine, will take me quite some time to get cleaned up. I'll have to go in and around every single crack, crevice, crease that this vehicle has to offer and get that stuff out. And it's been there baking in the sun for quite some time, so it won't be quick and easy. Now, next point. Here are two scratches, one wide and not very deep, one deep, very thin. That's the one you can barely see. I want you, if you can, to watch this through all the way. It's not edited, and I want you to put down in the comment box what is missing from the video here, and tell me why you think it's not there. This is 1000 grit. It's a foam pad, and it's also on a foam sanding block. Two tools that I love to use. I use every day, sometimes 2-3 times a day, and it's basic. It's second nature to me after all these years, and it's simple to put into words that wet sanding is the safest and the quickest way to correct paint. It's the quickest for obvious reasons. It cuts quick. You cut quick. But it's also the safest for a couple reasons. And one is you are operating a tool that is small. And when you're going by every pass, I go past the scratch just a little bit every time I pass it. And I keep an eye on it. Every time my hand goes back and forth, I'm taking a look at that scratch. And it's easy to control, and it's a lot easier to control than a 5.5 inch, 6.5 inch, 7.5 inch, even a 3 or 4 inch pad. Another reason it's safer, because the foam block weighs, I don't know, ounces compared to a 7 to 8 pound machine. The weight of the machine plus the size compared to a block, it's a no-brainer as to which one is safer to operate. It just takes common sense to regulate the speed at which this small light block cuts through clear coat. You have to get used to it, and that's why I always recommend for you guys to grab a junk panel from a salvage yard, take it home with you, put some scratches in it purposely, and remove them. I also recommend, with wet sanding, or if you buy a rotary or if you buy a DA, to purposely burn through the paint so you have an idea of what it actually takes to do that. Everybody just starts and tries not to avoid to do that. I encourage you to do that so you actually get a feel as to how much time, how much pressure, what temperature it takes to burn through. After all the blabbering, we're already at the step for the 5,000 grit disc. And we're going to make that larger than the area of the 3,000 grit. As I always tell you guys, that's how we blend in the area. We're always going larger as we step down. The 5,000 grit is removing the 3,000 grit marks that are removing the 1,000 grit marks. The 1,000 grit disc is the only one you're going to use to correct paint. You can start at 2,500 if you want, if the blemish or the scratch or whatever you're trying to correct isn't that bad, and step down from there. But when it scratches, I always start at 1,000 and then step down from there and make the area larger and blend it in. You're going to notice as I wipe away the residue that after using the 5,000 grit disc, the area, the haze is starting to light up a bit. The 3,000 grit made the area lighten up a bit from the 1,000. So each time we're going over the area, we're just refining and refining and refining, just like a DA or a rotary would, but we're doing it quicker, more efficient, and safer. The 1,000 grit, I had to do what I had to do to remove the blemish or the scratch. If it had to go down below the orange peel effect that a clear gives, then that's what I had to do. The 3,000 and the 5,000, I try not to go down below that and shave off that orange peel, because if you do that, you're just going to attract more attention to the area. And then they're going to see it anyway, repaired or not. So this is the time where you're going to find out what's missing, and it's done purposely to prove a point. For you guys not to fall into the consumerism trap. It's technique, it's experience, it's knowledge that gets you the result that you seek in whatever you're trying to correct or fix. It's not a $500 polisher with a carbon fiber trim and you know, all the bells and whistles in the world. Guys, don't feel pressured to buy one of those expensive polishers or machines, whether it be a polisher or a steam cleaner that everybody has, the VX 5000s and these expensive steamers. You can get the job done with a McCulloch. $13.85 or $12.75. Extractors. You don't have to buy a $3,000-$4,000 extractor. There are small ones out there, the Bissell, or there's $300-$400 ones out there at most. But they all get the job done. A little bit longer sometimes, but if you have skill, experience, and knowledge, you will get the job done. You'll be successful. You will be profitable. And despite what all the forums or some of the comments down below, just ignore them, guys. Learn the basics. Excel at your craft. There are plenty of examples out there, including myself, the Dallas Paint Correction channel. He does an excellent job correcting. He has the Harbor Freight. I use, you know, the Griot's Garage polishers, which supposedly aren't the best in the world, but hey, it gets the job done, and it's there right in front of you to see. So that was my message for today, guys. I hoped it helped. I'm always here to help. I'll put my email down below when I remember for you guys to get in contact with me. It's a pleasure, you know, reaching out and connecting with you guys on a daily basis, and we'll see you in the next video.